Welcome back to part 2 of our look at the Willamette Valley AVA in Oregon.
Yeah, part 1 was exciting as we looked at the first 5 AVAs.
It sure was. Here in part 2, we look at the remaining 7 AVAs.
That's right. We have a lot of great information to cover in this video. So let's dive right in.
First, let's start by recapping the geography of the Willamette Valley. To the north is the Columbia River. This also serves as a natural border between Oregon and Washington.
To the west sits the coastal mountain range. Just beyond that range is the Pacific Ocean.
And on the eastern side is the Cascade Mountains, which is home to several inactive volcanoes that creates a rain shadow to the high desert to the east.
The 3 main cities are Portland to the north, Salem, which is the state capital, and Eugene to the south.
Finally, we have the Willamette River, which starts in the south and flows north to the Columbia River.
Now let's look at the first 5 AVAs we talked about in part 1.
As we mention these AVAs, we will also put the corresponding number in that region on the map. The first 5 regions we covered were 1. The overall Willamette Valley AVA, 2. The Tualatin Hills AVA, 3. Yamhill Carlton, 4. Ribbon Ridge, and 5. Dundee Hills.
Now let's look at number 6, the McMinnville AVA. This AVA was established in 2005. It has a total planted area of 750 acres, or 305 hectares. The main soils here are marine sedimentary, marine bedrock, and volcanic. The primary grape varieties are Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Pinot Gris, Riesling, and Pinot Blanc.
In regards to terroir, the thin top soil on top of the marine bedrock forces vine roots deep underground, forcing vines to struggle. And the cool ocean winds produce Pinot Noir with strong tannins and dark fruit flavors and spice, also retaining higher acid levels. Next is the Van Duzer corridor, which is number 7 on the map. It was established as an AVA in 2019. The total planted area is 1,000 acres, or 405 hectares. The predominant soil type here is marine sedimentary. And the main grape varieties are Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Pinot Gris, Riesling, Pinot Blanc, and Sauvignon Blanc.
Now let's talk terroir. This AVA has direct coastal wind exposure resulting in cooler afternoon temperatures. There is very little protection from the coastal range. And the wines here have bright fruit and higher acid levels. Reds tend to be earthy with dark fruit. Then right next door to the east is the Eola-Amity Hills. In 2006, it was established as an AVA. It has a total planted area of 3,005 acres, or 1,220 hectares. The predominant soils here are marine sedimentary and volcanic. Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Riesling, and Gamay Noir are the main grape varieties grown here.
So, now let's look at the terroir here. This AVA is also affected by the cool ocean winds coming across the Van Duzer corridor, which drops the late afternoon temperatures dramatically. Wines here are darker and edgier with increased acidity and tannins.
Now let's head back up north to number 9, the Chehalem Mountains AVA, which sits to the east of Yamhill Carlton. This AVA was established in 2006. The total planted area here is 2,660 acres, or 1,075 hectares. The predominant soils are marine sedimentary, volcanic, low S, Laurelwood series. As far as the main grape varieties, they are Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Pinot Gris, Riesling, Pinot Blanc, and Gamay Noir.
Now when it comes to terroir, this AVA has much higher elevations than the rest. Vineyard elevations range from 200 to 1,000 feet, or 60 to 300 meters. The diverse terroir here produces diverse wines with bright acidity. Warmer vintages produce Pinot Noir with dark fruit and spice. Number 10 is the Laurelwood District, which is on the north side of the Chehalem Mountains. In 2020, it was established as an AVA. It has a total planted area of 975 acres, or 395 hectares. The predominant soils here are, you guessed it, Laurelwood. And the primary grapes grown here are Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Pinot Gris.
This AVA faces north and is heavily influenced by the winds blowing down from the Columbia Gorge. And high elevation vineyards produce red fruit and floral Pinot Noir, whereas the lower elevations produce darker fruited Pinots. On to number 11, Mount Pisgah in Polk County. This is the newest of the AVAs to be established. It sits south of the Van Duzer corridor. It was established in 2022 as an AVA. The total planted area is 684 acres, or 276 hectares. And the predominant soils are Willamette, Belpine, and Jory. Here they are growing Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Pinot Gris, Pinot Blanc, and Tempranillo.
Now looking at the terroir, this AVA is closer to the Willamette River and is generally warm. It is not affected much by the afternoon coastal winds. And the unique soils and lack of strong winds define the quality of the grapes. And our final AVA coming in at number 12 is the Lower Long Tom. It's further south and closer to the city of Eugene. It is also one of the newer AVAs as it was established in 2021. The total planted area is 575 acres, or 232 hectares. The predominant soils are Belpine and Belpine Jory. Here, they are growing Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Pinot Gris, and Sauvignon Blanc.
And in regards to their terroir, this AVA sits in the rain shadow of the Coast Range, which creates a Mediterranean climate with cool, wet winters and warm, dry summers. And the Pinot Noir here tends to have black fruit flavors with plush tannins.
Wow, we did it. That was a lot of information.
It sure is, especially when you consider the two parts together. Who knew there was so much diversity in the Willamette Valley wine region?
And to think, this is just one of the amazing wine regions within the state of Oregon. I can't wait to learn more about it.
So, where are we off to next time?
You'll just have to stay tuned to find out.
Well, until next time, cheers!
Cheers!